Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today, we'll be looking at a major update on early access and what to expect when we all get our hands on the game come March 28th. Let's dive in real quick. Now, this here is really key. So I found this on Discord here. It's a really key breakdown of everything that was talked about during their last live stream and everything they were talking about. So let's just break down here what they were basically talking about. And we're going to break down in sections. Here's the first part here. Customization and gameplay. Can we adjust a Zoi's height? No, not in early access. How many Zois can live in one household? 8 at max. If you have 8, pregnancy won't be an option. That is key. So now listen here. They don't mind giving you a big family, but it does need to be within a range. It does need to be where it makes sense, because again, I do think they worry about how the game will lag if they just start to allow anything and everything. So that's very, very important now. If you have over 8, then pregnancy won't be an option any longer. Body sliders improved, but extreme sizes might have virtual glitches. That is something I did notice during character creation. It was pretty much, there was no real difference from the body slider, because even when I was in the game, I was like, well, there should be a bigger difference when you're doing the body slider. So I am glad that they're going to do that, because I did feel like that should definitely be something that should have been fixed. So to get that addressed is big and very, very important. I'm really, really glad they're doing that. Also, tattoos right now, neck up only, but full tattoos are coming by August. They also plan to add AI generated tattoos later. So again, this is very key here. So for some who want to have tattoos, it will only be from the neck up only. Excuse me. So again, I'm curious though how that will work. I'm very, very curious with that, because again, you won't have the full body. That will come in August. And then you have the AI tattoos generated for later. Now, again, the reason why I say it twice was because I wonder what they will look like, because I don't know which Zois will look good with tattoos from the neck up. That should be a very curious thing, because again, it's a live sim game. So I don't know if you want to have in real life have a face full of tattoos. I don't know if that's ideal. So and you definitely don't want that to be on a female. So it kind of then makes the tattoos to me feel a bit not important until they're able to bring full body, where you can do one small little tattoo on the arm or something like that, you know. So I think that it still has much to improve, but it is great seeing and hearing that they're hearing from us in the Discord, in the community, and they are responding with all of this new updates that will be in early access come March 28th. Next up here, life and interactions. Can Zois have sexy time? You know, a little fun time. Yes, but it's not super realistic. So again, I'm sure there'll be mods that can be created to make it to any level that you want it to be, I guess. That's my clean way of saying it. So I'm sure if people want to go even further than that, there'll be mods available for that. Now, pregnancy and babies. More interactions than past versions. Expect cravings, telling friends, and more baby features in future updates. Now, this here to me is really cool. So now when you have someone who is pregnant in the game, they will have different eating styles, different cravings. They maybe will pop up at sometime at night and want to eat something, they will now probably on their own call their friends and tell them about it. And just all of these little details that make the game even more realistic than it already is just what makes this game special. And I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on it and seeing what it's like up close and personal. This here is very, very special. Now, do Zoids get naked to shower? Nope, they wear a towel. As you've seen during my last video, which had more early access gameplay video in it, you saw how the Zoid there were blurred or you had a towel, so I think that was already known and to be expected. Can we have pets? Not in early access. Too complex for now. So what that probably means is we're looking at maybe between 6 months to a year out for the pets. I think that's probably what's going to be important here is some things they've already brought to the fold we might not be able to get yet, but here's the key. He talked about pets before already on Discord. So that means it's in the works. It maybe got pushed back a few weeks or months because of certain other things they wanted to do, but he has mentioned it. He's done a whole post on it, so I don't think there's going to be too much waiting when it comes to the pets. But for now, it will not be in early access. Active schools, no, we cannot. As one of my loyal day one members pointed out as well in the comments, there will be none of that active schools, but that's planned later. Again, I think that's the key here. They will wow you with everything going on, and then just as you're maybe getting a bit unwowed, they'll come with this new exciting material. It's really fantastic game. Now, can we build a city from scratch? No. The cities are too large to implement this right now. So again, right now means they couldn't step it up. Well, I mean, and I think that's not a good word for it. I think it was more that they thought that, okay, we're gonna make a life sim game, so even if it has a lot of GB, it probably wouldn't have had as much. But I think they're seeing as how much it's straining on a computer to wait, get the game out and see what the response is, which I think will be amazing, great, and then add it later. You don't want to keep pushing it back to add things because then people start to lose patience and lose faith in the game. So I think that's why you're seeing the game come out now as well. Even if there's quite a few features they still need to do, but so far, so good. Let's move on here to tech and features. Facial tracking on Android. Apple has a patent on it, so they are looking into alternatives like webcam. So that will be very curious to see how all that goes. I'll be trying to do breakdown videos for certain parts of the game like this for ones that need help with this. But yeah, it looks like they are trying to find ways to get it to us on all kind of platforms to use. Does Zoids have memory? Not in early access, but they are working on it. A recording system will track major life events like marriage, divorce for EA. So again, they don't have memory, but they will have a system that will track major events like marriage, divorce, etc. So again, this game has so much, I think, that they want to put into it, but they understand they need to release the game so people can feel it's real. So if they keep pushing it back and waiting, I think they're in fear of losing the base, which makes sense. I think you don't want to sit here and wait too long. Get the game out. The game has enough to keep us occupied, and then do updates. I think that's the best way to go about it here, and I'm glad they're doing it this way. Now, freelance work, and then can you work from home? Yes, examples will be including author and also other solo careers. So you will be able to do that in the game. I think that is very, very important here. Examples will be including again author and other careers that are just for you solo. So I think that would be really, really cool. You don't have to go out and about if you do not want to. You can be very at-home based person. I think that is great. Now, a big one for me, controller support. Now, because I've been on PC now for a year or two or 2 years or 3 years, whatever, I'm pretty comfortable now using mouse and all that stuff and the keyboard. But I really would hope that even though it's not supported, it is kind of allowed through Steam to do some type of something, because I think controller is just great. It's so comfortable in your hand. It makes you play longer because it's so comfortable. But if it's on PC and keyboard, I don't mind it. I'm not going to be upset. I just would prefer it to have both, to have an option. Now, Steam Deck compatible, not officially, but devs have tested it and it works. So you can, now, you know what's funny? I never thought to get a Steam Deck. But now, for the times when I'm not by my computer, I can then play it on the Steam Deck. Man, that's now, you see, now that's where you start to want to buy tech just for one thing, because that to me is fantastic. Being able to do that is just, I mean, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Being able to do that, to play it on the PC, then to switch it onto the handheld, you can play pretty much when you want, as long as you want. Yeah, that's pretty special. I can't even lie. That's pretty special right there. So again, it looks like it will, and that's big, big news and a big, big feature indeed. World and simulation. Can Zoi, can the smart Zoi AI be applied to animals? They want to, but it's not ready for early access yet. So again, they need to work some kinks out, but they want to get the game out. I think that's key. Can Zoi swim? This was big for me because I do enjoy swimming. The prospect and idea of that in the game is so awesome. Swimming is part of it being developed, but it's not ready yet due to the quality concerns. I think these devs have seen online how people love to pounce on a game and to call it out for being weak, optimized bad, and they know that people will gladly bash this game for their bias towards The Sims. So they're being very cautious, and I don't blame them. Take their time. Give us a game that you feel has enough already out that you can enjoy, and I think they do. And I think this is fine. Let them keep working on this, so when it does come out, it's going to be flawless, and I cannot wait. Hospitals. They are working on making them very interactive, but they're not ready yet. They need to create a variety of illness achievements as well. So again, a lot of this stuff is exciting because you wonder what a game will be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. When they've had a chance to, they've now have the money coming in from the game being successful, and now they have a chance to now that they can hone in on specific things now and not the whole game in total, because now the game is released, it's in early access, they're getting support for it, they're getting funding for it. So that's something there that's key. They're now able to focus on small parts. They can now have the team of the whole company. Okay, you focus on this, you focus on this, and I think that'll be key there as well. Now, murder, indirect only. You can set houses on fire, but no direct murder mechanics. Again, I'm sure mods will change that in a moment. So again, but there will be ways to do it, like setting a house on fire. That's pretty crazy. When you think about how the game looks, it's so like realistic. It's going to be pretty wild to see what the reaction of your Zoi is if they do that. So that may be like a funny video, just random video that we might do. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, so far, that's a lot there that we're learning so far. Modding and AI tools. Can we mod more than just clothing? I think that was the key, and the answer is yes. They switched from the LUA scripting to the Unreal blueprint for better compatibility and more modding options. Now, will there be more features that are intriguing? Yes, as I had someone tell me in the comments, I think a few days ago, you can make and pretty much turn anything into an object. Like for example, guns, and you can't use them because remember, you can only do indirect killing in the game, but you can walk around with it. So I do think that will create a lot of fun screenshots and a lot of fun gameplay, just seeing what the reaction is of someone just walking around with that. So that would be very cool to see just the reaction. And again, all the other things that you can make from that. I'm telling you, as I talked about a while ago in that video about the 3D objects, that's such a game changer. It makes it so much fun all around. Let's go into a couple of extra ones that's been talked about. Group activities, they have not mentioned that yet, but it's clear if you follow the Discord and the Kojo's, oh my god, I say his name always wrong, sorry. He has a whole post always. So he mentioned before that he mentioned in there in his post about cooking that they would have it where you can do it as a group. So even though it hasn't been announced, if you've been following the game in the news, you know there's plenty to come, and they'll probably speak more on that on March 19th. And now, something that was very key and very important, I saw a lot of people talk about, is will there be more black hairstyles? The answer is yes, but they use 3 times the data of the straight hair option, and in comparison, one curly hairstyle uses the same amount of data as one complete Inzoi with straight hair. Now, of course, they didn't phrase it like that, as far as it like, yes, but that's more of what the person who made this list did. But again, I do think it was important to mention that they did hear from all sides of the game as far as the community, and they have addressed that issue that they felt, some felt there was not enough hairstyles that showed all sides of people and humans. And I think that was fair, because even in the demo, I'm like, well, they could have more here as well. So I'm glad that got fixed, and it just shows that this game team has an open heart and they are all willing to listen. I think now it's very fitting to have the most recent early access gameplay footage play on here as we finish up. I want to say thank you all for watching and listening. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Be well.